He wanted her for years. Then one stupid move in a university lab turned desire into infection, lust into hunger, and one night of obsession into a bloody sprint for survival.
What's that? You want to be scared? Come with me. You will experience tales of horror, ghosts, and death. It is not recommended for the weak at heart. Listen in the dark. It's more fun that way. This is Weekly Spooky.
Hello, my spookies. It's Wednesday, and you know what that means. It's time for a little spooky in your weekly. I'm your host and narrator, Enrique Couto, and tonight we have quite the terror tale as we make a road trip back to our beloved Strickfield. But before we get to that, I want to say thank you all so much for joining me here tonight, especially if you met up with me at the Oddities and Curiosities Expo in Columbus, Ohio over the weekend. Not only did I get to introduce many folks to the Weekly Spooky world who may never have known, but I got to meet a few of you fans as well. It really made my whole week, and I hope I run into more of you spookies in the wild in the very near future. Special thanks to Angie for being so kind. It was a great time at the Oddities Expo, and I hope I'll be back next year, but you'll have to wait to find out. And I do want to mention that we're wrapping up our current Patreon-exclusive novel over at WeeklySpooky.com/join. So now is a phenomenal time to sign up for as little as $1 a month and get 2 bonus shows every single month, as well as over 5 years of exclusive audiobooks and creepypasta readings. That's at WeeklySpooky.com/join. We'll begin a brand new exclusive audiobook in just 2 months, so now is the best time to sign up. But now, as for tonight, there are some crushes you never get over, some feelings that sit in the dark parts of your heart and grow stranger the longer they stay there. But at Strickfield University, one late-night experiment didn't just stir up old desires. It turned them into something hungry, something bleeding, something that wouldn't take no for an answer. Because when love becomes a chemical reaction, the results can be terrifying. Chemically Imbalanced, a sort of love story by Rob Fields. Jesus Christ! I can't believe this shit's even happening. One second I'm out partying at a frat house on the other side of Strickfield University. The next I'm running for my life in one of the science buildings. You hear that? That is the sound of a crazy chick running after me. That really is Chrissy Panghorn screaming and growling back there. If she gets her hands on me, I am so dead. When I turn a corner, I slip and fall flat on my back. I am so fucking scared now. I'm getting up as Chrissy crashes right into my side. I'm flat on my back again, and she's sitting on top of me. I'm holding on to her wrists to keep her claw-like hands from trying to tear away at me. She's wearing a white lab coat that's all smeared with blood over what was a nice blue blouse and a black shirt. You'd never know she used to be this geeky science hottie whose pants I'd been trying to get into for years. Chrissy screams right above me now. I know the two of us ain't ever gonna be friends. Even though I hated that she was so much smarter than me, I always wanted to bang her, but the problem was she never let me. Now I've got Christy wanting me in the worst way. Literally, she's trying to kill my ass. That blood foaming out of her mouth and slowly leaking out of her eyes like tears ain't out of no Corgan Twins movie, that's for sure. Chrissy's literally infected with something that she was working on here in one of the labs. No, I don't know what the hell she was working on. Oh, wait. I think she said something about some kind of synthetic love hormone or something. I didn't quite hear everything. I just remember her talking about it to Armin Jeffries, her football player boyfriend, when they were together at Wilder Hall. That was supposed to be my hand she was holding. Those were supposed to be my eyes she should have been looking into. Oh, and Chrissy and me are holding hands now, all right. Only I'm trying to get this ravenous chick off me. She belts out another scream. I let go of her hands and shove her back when she brings her face down and snaps her teeth. She was so damn close to biting me. Looking at me, you know I pump iron at the gym, but trying to get an infected Chrissy Pangborn off me is like trying to push a fat chick away. Get off me! I yell and finally push her off. I get back up and run like hell. I can hear Chrissy running right behind me again, her bare feet pounding on the floor, fast. Ever since she turned into whatever it was she turned into, it's like nothing can slow her down. I gotta go where I can maybe hold her off, if I can just get there. I make it back to the science lab where Chrissy turned into... shit, I don't know. All I know is I don't like hearing those noises she's making, and her screaming's making me more and more scared. I finally make it through the door and slam it right in her face, knocking her on her ass. Then I lock it up fast. Chrissy's right back up and slams her bloody hands on the window and looks at me like she wants to devour me. Then she smiles like we're in a nut house and more bloody drool runs down her chin. She screams again and slams her hands on the glass. I gulp and pray she ain't strong enough to break it, or break through the door. I look around to see I'm safe in here, for now. Problem is, there ain't no other way out of here. I'm gonna have to go through Chrissy. I groan and put my hands to my temples and yell, "Why you gotta make them noises for? Jeez!" She's heaving now. Then she screams and pounds on the door yet again. God, I hope it holds. If she breaks through, I'm so screwed. You'd really think I'd be stronger than her, 'cause I'm a dude, and dudes are easily stronger than chicks, but whatever that shit was she was working on that turned her into this thing, it really made her strong and fast. She stops banging on the door and looks at me again. Then she licks her bloody lips. She rips her blouse open, nearly breaking open her bra too. Oh shit, one of her titties is fully out. God, I always wanted to see Chrissy Pangborn naked. Like I said, I really want to sleep with her. She used to be the hottest science nerd I knew. Now... Then I see the rest of them beers I brought in here. Yeah, beer. That must be what caused this whole mess. No, I don't mean that I'm drunk off my ass. I brought a six-pack in here with me when I decided I'd had enough of seeing Chrissy with Armin and wanted to seal the deal with her. I guess you could say Chrissy's like this because of me. I got a six-pack from one of the frat parties and decided to come to University Hall and not give up until I scored with her. I already pounded one beer and cracked open another one when I came into the hall. I found Chrissy downstairs working on that synthesized hormone she was telling Armin about. Damn it. Why did she have to look so incredibly hot? She wasn't nothing to look at when we were kids. She'd always been a science nerd, though. But damn did she turn into a swan at the end of high school, and kept getting hotter when she went to university. She screams louder and starts banging on the door again. Jesus Christ, Chrissy, just fucking go away, I plead. Chrissy stops pounding and looks right at me again. Her eyes are really bloodshot, and more blood drools from her open mouth. I can't deal with this shit. I grab one of the beers I have left in here and crack it open. I swallow the whole can in one big gulp. Problem is, it ain't gonna make me numb. I'm gonna need good liquor to numb the pain if Chrissy finally manages to break in here and get me. I guess while I'm safe in here, I may as well tell you what happened to Chrissy. Like I mentioned, she was working in this lab on her new hormone. It was some glowing white liquid in a beaker, bubbling over a Bunsen burner. She was jotting something down in her notebook. Man, I could look at pictures of her for hours. It just wasn't the same as looking at the real Chrissy Pangborn, though. I was right in the middle of my second beer when I opened the door. Chrissy looked up from her work and saw me. "How many times do I have to tell you, Brick? No!" she yelled. I sighed and took a pull. "You know, I think you really mean yes. After all, in girl talk, no means yes, right?" Then I groaned. "Come on, Chrissy, just tell me what I gotta do to get just one night of pleasure with you." She looked at me in disgust. "You are such a pig. There's no way in hell I'd ever consider sleeping with you. I haven't forgotten how you treated me when we were growing up. And now I'm just supposed to get naked and jump into bed with you. I'm sorry, but fuck you." One way or another, I was gonna have my night with Chrissy. I didn't want it getting this far, but I dug into my pocket and pulled out a big wad of money. "How about a night with me for this, then?" I slammed the wad down in front of her. "There's more than enough there to where you can buy whatever you want." Chrissy got even more disgusted. "You really think you can buy me off with money, Brick Mirren? You really think I'm that desperate? What do you think I am, a prostitute?" "I just want you, Chrissy," I groaned. "I'm willing to do whatever it takes. I'll give you even more money. Don't want money? I'll come over and clean your dorm room. I'll be your slave for whatever time we agree to. Seriously, what'll it take for you to let me show you I'm the man you've been waiting for your whole life? Face it, Chrissy, I ain't gonna stop until I get you. Hell, I'll even marry you and let you abuse me, if that means I can wake up to you every day." Chrissy shook her head. "No, Brick, just no. Why can't you just leave me alone?" Her phone rang. I recognized the tone and knew her football player boyfriend was calling her. She answered the phone and stepped outside. When I heard her say something about her love potion, that was when I saw her little science experiment still on the burner. Then I poured a little beer in it. "Maybe this'll get her wasted," I chuckled. "Oh my God! You asshole! Chrissy yelled, coming back in. Are you serious? Did you just ruin my experiment? I stepped away from it when it really started to bubble. Boy, was Chrissy pissed. Does that mean we're not having sex now? I asked, half jokingly. She went to her experiment. You son of a... When the glowing liquid suddenly shot right up in her face, she screamed and covered it with her hands. Jesus Christ, it burns! It burns! She screamed even more and dropped to her knees. Her shoes came off when she fell on her back. She thrashed on the floor as she cried out, more and more. Soon she wasn't thrashing so much. Her eyes were still tightly shut. And she just laid there. Suddenly, her eyes opened again. They were red and bloodshot now. Then the blood began leaking out. Shortly after, she sat up and looked right at me. Then blood began oozing out of her mouth and down her chin. Her lab coat got stained with drool. Chrissy sure didn't look like herself anymore. Out of nowhere, she was right over that lab table and coming after my ass. I turned and ran into the room I'm in right now. I tried to pull the door closed, but she wedged herself in to keep me from closing it. Chrissy, you in here? I hear Armin Jeffries call out. I always hated that bastard for being with Chrissy, or coming between me and her. Now Chrissy herself was gonna keep Armin from ever coming between us again. She ran right at her man and tackled him, probably worse than he'd ever been tackled on the football field. Jesus, Chrissy, have you lost your goddamn mind? Armin yelled. What's wrong with you? Then I heard his blood-curdling scream when Chrissy dug her thumbs right into his throat. Blood squirted out and went everywhere. When Armin died, Chrissy got off him. By then, I already ran out of the lab, leaving my beer behind. And you know what happened from there. Chrissy chased my ass down and eventually made me come back into this very room again. She hasn't moved away since. Just seeing that beautiful naked breast makes me think of how much I still really want to touch her. Now it's like she exposed it on purpose, to tempt me to come out. But if I come out and touch her, she'll kill me. Oh, Jesus, Chrissy, I groan. Chrissy's looking at me like she really wants me. She's got more blood trailing down her face from her eyes. More blood drools from her mouth, too. Now she's trying to break down the door again. I don't think it'll keep her out much longer. Well, wasn't like I could stay in here forever, right? I look at that damn beer and know that's how all this shit started. Dad always said beer would get me in trouble someday. I wish I would have listened to him. I know he never meant something like this was gonna happen, but it still would have helped. Oh, why does she gotta keep screaming like that? I close my eyes and know I'm gonna lose my goddamn mind. When I open them, Chrissy is gone. Suddenly, she scares the shit out of me when she slams up against the glass. I just notice she's got more blood on her. And remember, she did viciously kill Armin. Seriously, with all the blood coming out of her, you'd think she'd have dropped over by now. That crazy chick's looking right at me. Then she presses the side of her face to the glass and moans real loud, like she's hot and horny, like she wants to... No, that can't be right. Now Chrissy looks at me again like she finally wants us to get it on. I see the window glass itself is cracked. Guess I didn't notice that at first, but Chrissy must have done it when she slammed into it. That means I can't stay here for long. That crazy chick's gonna come busting through that door. I gotta find my way through her now. I turn and eye my beer. I've got an idea, but it'll be a long shot. I grab 2 of the remaining 3 cans and start shaking. When I look back, Chrissy's gone again. Then I hear her scream bloody murder and crash right into the window with her head like a rhino. And she finally shattered the glass. Knowing Chrissy's coming in, I crack open both cans and spray her right in the face. She howls and falls away from the door. With Chrissy blinded again, I grab my last can of beer and haul ass. I run back out into the hallway. I ain't even halfway to the stairs when I hear her feet quickly pounding on the floor behind me. Guess blinding her didn't last very long. I'm shaking up my last beer. Blasting Chrissy again's gonna be another long shot. When I reach the stairs, I take 2 at a time and get up to the ground floor. Just as I'm getting away from the stairs, I get tackled to the floor. Now that chemically imbalanced chick is on me. She's only got on her underwear now. I try aiming my beer at Chrissy again, but she grabs it and throws it away. It hits the wall hard and bursts, spraying beer everywhere as the can spins around and around. "Oh, Jesus, no!" I groan. "Get off me, Chrissy!" But I can't get rid of her. When I push her away, she snarls and springs right back on me almost immediately. You'd think she was some kind of rabid dog, the way she's foaming at the mouth. Somehow I manage to shove her away real hard. I get up and start running again, but Chrissy shows how fast she is when I'm back on the floor again. She's on top of me. She grabs my t-shirt and rips it open. Then she tears it away completely. She grabs my throat, possibly planning to do to me what she did to Armin. Her thumbs are circling my throat as she lowers herself to look me right in the face. Then her expression softens, and she smells me. She seems satisfied when she sits up again. She makes that moaning noise and breaks open her bra. It's like Chrissy's really turned on or something. She's acting really primal. Chrissy lowers herself and kisses me on the mouth. I feel her growling as we kiss, and I can taste her blood. Fuck, I'd always dreamed of kissing Chrissy, but I start feeling her tits and hope I can use this animal magnetism she's giving off to my advantage. And then I remember a time when I actually paid attention in one of my science classes. I tasted Chrissy's blood that was drooling out of her mouth. Oh, bad move, Brick. I'm starting to feel a little off, and I know I'm infected. When Chrissy stops kissing me and sits up, I feel myself spitting up blood now. I think I'm crying blood too. I feel that love hormone's effects more when I see Chrissy's bra drop off her. Then she easily tears her panties off and throws them away. Chrissy growls angrily as she grabs hold of my jeans to try ripping them open. She really is trying to get me naked, like she is. Then I feel myself getting hotter and hotter. Chrissy was the poisoned apple, and I wanted it so bad I tasted it. You know how they say be careful what you wish for? Well, boy, did this ever come back to bite me in the ass. I feel myself really wanting Chrissy now. At the same time, I know I'm fading fast. The last thing I remember is us holding each other tight as we kiss madly. I guess Chrissy's love potion worked after all. Huh. The last of me finally slips away when I feel myself getting what I've been wanting from Chrissy for so long. But it didn't really matter now since I'm feeling those same primal feelings Chrissy has been. My last thought before becoming just like Chrissy is knowing how much I loved her. Now, for me, this is the end. And that, my spookies, is why you never mix booze, bad decisions, and experimental science after hours. Poor Brick finally got exactly what he wanted, which, as it turns out, is usually the worst possible thing to get in Strickfield. You end up with lust, jealousy, blood, screaming, and one absolutely catastrophic chemistry lesson. Just the way we like it. But don't get too comfortable just yet, because this week the nightmares are doing something a little different. This Friday there'll be a special surprise slipping into the Weekly Spooky feed. I'm not telling you exactly what it is just yet, because where's the fun in that? Just know you do not want to miss it. So make sure you're subscribed on your favorite podcasting app. And remember to head to weeklyspooky.com/join, where for as little as $1 a month, you get 2 bonus episodes, over 5 years of creepypasta readings and audiobooks, and so much more. And speaking of, I want to say an extra special thank you to our Patreon podcast boosters, folks who pay just a little bit more to hear their names at the end of the show. And they are Johnny Nix, Scott Hoover, Jessica Fuller, Mike Eschewy, Jenny Green, Amber Hansford, Karen Weemet, Jack Kerr, and Craig Cohen. Thank you all so much. And if you want to hear your name at the end of every episode of Weekly Spooky, just head to weeklyspooky.com/join and sign up at the $15 a month or higher tier. It really makes a huge difference in helping the show keep going and going as we bring you the spooky. But now I need to get back to it, so for my executive producers Rob Fields and Bobbletopia.com, for my composer Ray Mattis, and of course my producer Dan Wilder, I'll be talking at you sooner than you think. Don't fall in love while I'm gone.
Thank you for listening. Make sure to find your way back next week. But for now, you are safe. Trust me. Ha 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 ha!